Hey friends, welcome to part 3 of our 2023 garden compilation. We just compiled all the highlights of everything we did together in the garden for 2023 and put little clips in there for you to see. So I hope you enjoy. Everything is in order of the way I posted it. That way you can go back and find something easily if you want to watch the full video. And feel free to like it and subscribe, and we'll watch that compilation now. I hope you enjoy. Okay, we need to plant some grass, as you can see by looking at the ground, but look at the background there, the beautiful green that was just growing. Take a moment to appreciate that. So I'm Holland potting, or not potting, like topsoil from the front to the back and stacking them on the trampoline there. And we're gonna use that to fill in the holes. There's a lot of angle breakers in the ground. And just kind of smooth it out and level it out a little bit. We end up running out of soil, but we do the best we can. Tamp it down, and we're using Black Beauty Ultra Seed, which germinated very well. Now we got to get the dead grass out with the rake, that way there's seed to soil contact, and we'll see that a grub is the culprit of all the brown spots. We had lots of beetles in the garden and their spawn are grubs. So if you see yellow patches like that and you can just pull it out real easily, it's probably a grub, and the evidence is right there. And there's another one. So, goodbye. Now we need to pound in these stakes so we can create a barrier. That way the dogs don't trample the new grass seed, otherwise it won't germinate. And to keep Evan from walking on it too. So we pound these in, and we add the topsoil there. You can see it's all spread out now, and sprinkle the seed. We go pretty heavily because grass seed has a low germination rate. And throw a little peat on just for moisture retention, but not so much that it inhibits the growth. I think they might need light to germinate. Water it in, and you can see the seeds show up. You can kind of see little white specks through. And our watering system was a beehive attached to the sprinkler. Now it's time to block it off. So you can see we made us a tiny little path on each side, so that way us and the dogs can get to any part of the backyard. And there is the grass after 7 days. And you'll see in all the future videos how well it fills in, and it's just night and day with how well it looks. And now we're going to decorate the porch. So I had the idea of, well, from somebody else. I saw somebody else do this, but grab some corn, make it into bundles, and it's kind of like a fall decoration to use old corn stalks. So we use some twine and make 2 bundles and tie them up so they stay in a bundle, and carry it up front. And there's the corn. So we go through the house because it seemed easier, because the gate is really hard to get open. So here we are. And, oh, I got distracted by the pretty tree. So I wait till Evan gets home and let him decorate. I thought it'd be something that he might enjoy, kind of get him involved. So he sets up the 2 bundles of corn, which don't end up being symmetrical, but it is what it is. And here are the pumpkins that I looked through at Walmart when I was going there. I got some from inside and outside the store. And so Evan's just grabbing the pumpkins here and placing them exactly where he wants them and what he thinks looks good. And that's how we leave it. We let him decorate it and leave it the way he chooses. He's pushing that back a little bit, that way it helps the corn from like sliding forward a little bit. And he's almost done, almost happy. There. And this is what we have. Pumpkins, cornstalk, pumpkins. And then my mom sent me those beautiful, I don't know what to call them, but I have one hanging basket that's not growing anything because I'm mama bird. So I take that one down and I hang these up. I just connect them together and they're beautiful. They're spring color, I think, not fall, but she sent them. They're beautiful, so I'm going to hang them up. And now we're going to top our tomato plants. So at the end of the season, if you want your tomatoes to focus more on the current fruit they have and not trying to produce more fruit, then you can top all the suckers, clip off all the blooms, and they'll have a hard time making more blooms, so they'll focus more on their current fruit and get those ripe instead of energy towards new fruit. So we do that together, and I show you how I do it. And now we need to plant our garlic. So everything here we planted in August as our fall crops, and now we got to take it out so we can make room for the garlic. I think I need to do it in July this year because it wasn't enough time for a lot of things. Oh, look, the cucumber looks like a grub, so I just had to show you. But don't worry, it doesn't taste like a grub. I ate it. It tasted normal, like a cucumber. So we are going to plant the garlic now. I got it from Keen's Organics, and I've bought from them the last 2 years, and it's good quality garlic. It all came up and I guess germinated, you could say. So they're great. And we're just going to top off the bed, level it out with some potting mix because it had sunk quite a bit, and it sinks every year, so just got to top it off. And I use my whole hand to make holes like 4 inches deep. I try to get at least that deep, and about 6 inches apart, maybe less. It's hard to tell. But you just put the garlic in there, the cloves. You separate the bulbs and throw them in there. Top side up, and look, there's Tater there to help us, sweet baby. I love her so much. And we're almost done with the garlic. We do probably like 7/8 of this bed. Just that little section over there where I'm pointing did not have garlic in it. So we got a lot of garlic this year. It's going to be great. And now we're cleaning up, doing some fall cleanup, and that's a gladiolus teenager. So the bigger ones will be larger, and then they make little ones. And then the little ones, if you plant them next year, turn into medium-sized ones. That's why I call it a teenager. And I'll just keep planting them, and they'll get bigger and bigger. So that was cucumber that we are pulling out. And now this is bush beans. You can see the one I'm about to pull out. There's like no leaves left on it. Like, it's done. They're not producing. They're done. And corn needs to come out. We harvested a ton of corn, and it was awesome. And these are sunflower stalks that I let grow in my compost bin instead of turning my compost bin again this year. I'm trying to twirl. Fail. The sunflower stalks actually make pretty good trellises. They're super sturdy, and you can just kind of shove them in the dirt. Oh, look, swallowtail. So I had harvested some carrots, and I was trying to avoid the swallowtail, and I ended up actually getting it. So good thing I didn't throw that in the compost. I just tossed it to the side. And so I just cover it up like a little blanket. There, swallowtail. They'll survive. Tater, better leave it alone. Sweet girl. Oh, so I was thinking about the dahlias and taking them out because I didn't want the tubers to freeze, but look at the beauty of it. Like, how can I take it out? It's not done. And it was still going good for a couple more weeks, and then we finally dug it out. And oops, I left that over here and it got rained on. Good thing that shovel doesn't rust. It's a pretty good shovel, the little hand trowel shovel thing. And just got to pick up random stuff, throw it in the compost bin. There's still a lot of beautiful green, but it's good to just, in increments, take out what you can when you can, so that way it's not such a huge ordeal or burden when everything's dead and it's winter, or in the spring you have to clear it all out just to plant. So I like to do things a little here, a little there, and try to keep it tidy and not cluttered. It's always the goal. And I decide I'm going to move the swallowtail bundle of carrot greens over to the fresh greens so it can crawl on there. And it did it. For another month or so, it was chilling on the live carrot greens, and it was good. I didn't end up killing it. I don't know what the pupa is now, though. Now look at the grass. Oh, look at the grass. Oh, isn't that so amazing? That grass we just planted. So it's probably a good time to take the fence off. The grass is looking pretty sturdy at this point. Still young, but far enough along that it can be walked on. So we moved the fence, that way we can get the corn out to the curb. And it's time to just go ahead and unassemble all of it. Take the poles out, take the fencing and roll it back up. Oh, the grass looks so pretty there. The dogs have damaged some spots already this winter, which is very annoying, so we're gonna have to plant more seed. And there's other spots that need it too. So we'll just tuck that in there in our little storage station. And here's some dahlias that dahlias we finally dug up that I was just talking about. And gonna rinse off the tubers, get all the dirt that's hiding up inside the tubers. And that was one tuber. Can you believe it? Look how much it grew. So as long as you have one tuber and don't kill it, you can have many in the years to come because they expand so much. We end up needing to use the jet hose to get the dirt out. And I have some individual tubers and one big clump there. We'll separate it in the spring. We're not going to worry about separating it now. So I let them dry out a bit and then I bring them inside. This is a box with vermiculite. I also have my gladiolus bulbs in here. And we just tuck them in, top it off with some more vermiculite, keep it moist. I spray it about once a week and store it in the garage. And then here's garden cleanup phase 2. It's a different day, different video, but we are continuing the cleaning up process because as a few weeks passed, there was more to be done, little by little. So those were peas, that are our fall crop of peas that were done. The chipmunk planted those tomatoes for me and I left them. I got tomatoes off them. The chipmunk did a great job planting those. Very impressive. And we have some trellises. If you see right in front of the green stalks, there's a bed, and that's where I had the trellises. And it made it a really tight squeeze to squeeze between the trellises and the green stalks. So I decided I'm gonna move them. I move stuff every year, so I'm just gonna see where I like and just try to find the most efficient way for like growing and space, being able to move around and all that. So someday I think I'll have it all figured out, but we'll see. So I decide I think a wall of trellises will look really nice over there actually. And all those grow bags match, all the trellises match. So I actually took all the trellises that I had just placed by the fence, see they're gone, and moved them over there. So now all those grow bags match. And I think it looks really nice. It'll be nice. And it'll be a wall of peas is my goal. So now we're just cutting back random stuff. I'm not sure what that is. Onion tops that I transplanted into there. We actually take the green and white part and blend it up and freeze them into little portions. Makes cooking really easy. Cutting back echinaceas. And everything goes in the compost bin. And we're actually going to dig up those echinaceas this spring. And just saying hi to Lukey, Lucas, we call him Lukey. And that was mint. And this is mint as well. I'm just giving it a good sniff. I love it. So I just harvest it like that, stems and all. Put it in the freezer when I want to make tea, which I kind of want to do right now actually, now that we're talking about it. Just boil some water and put the stem and leaves and everything. Oh, here's rosemary. I put it in a yogurt container, stick it in my kitchen, and it still lives there. A lot of herbs are perennials, but rosemary is not a perennial in my area. So we'll plant, that's parsley I'm cutting up there, or yeah, bring it inside to dehydrate. But we'll just replant that same rosemary plant every year. We'll dig it up, bring it in, and then plant it back out, and so on and so on. Or maybe just give it a bigger pot that we can just move. That would work too. I'm using cardboard here to smother a dandelion. It was a pretty big one, and I know the root system would be pretty big, so I thought, let's see if we can smother it. 4 months later, it's still alive, so I might have to dig it up after all. So in keeping with the theme of garden cleanup, because it's fall, that's what you gotta do, we go to the landscaping. So sad, because everything was so beautiful and green, and there were so many blooms, and it was just, oh, look at those little bulbs on that lily. The wind blew the lily over, but look at all those bulbs. I actually put all those in dirt and put them in my grow station, and we are going to separate them and replant them here very soon, and I'm excited for that. Finally getting rid of the corn. I wasn't super into the look, but we kept it there anyways. And the pumpkins we actually processed together. There's a couple pumpkins that rotted, so they stayed there, but then the other bigger pumpkins, some of them are really sweet and delicious, and we actually made pumpkin puree with them. And it was very good. The dogs were just devouring the pumpkin too. They just love pumpkin. This is a peace lily. Nope, just kidding. This is a day lily that we're cutting back. Getting rid of the brown and the yellow. And then we end up leaving the green. Like, look at those petunias. There's no blooms, but so much green. So if it's green and pretty, we leave it. Because I end up filling an entire bag, like a lawn bag full of stuff. And I'm like, oh, one bag's enough. We'll leave the pretty green. I'm good to go. And this was the last garden-related video we did in 2023. I think anyways, it's the last one I have in this clip. And yeah, cleaned up and get it ready for the new year. And the new year's here, so I'm really excited for that. Oh, looks like we're done. Well, there we have it. That's all the stuff we did in the garden for 2023, or the highlights of it anyways. Not every little thing, but that's part 3. That's everything. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you go back and watch some of the other videos that intrigued you. It's windy out here. It's a beautiful day in February. So feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.